function given by f of x equals kx divided by x squared plus 1, where k is a constant. For what values of k, if any, is f strictly decreasing on the interval -1 to 1? So if something is supposed to be strictly decreasing, if f is supposed to be strictly decreasing, that means that f prime must be negative. So what I'm going to do is take the derivative of this function. So I have f of x is equal to kx over x squared plus 1. If I take the derivative of this, I'll have to do the quotient rule. So that's v and u. So quotient rule is v, which is x squared plus 1, times the derivative of u. The derivative of u, k is just a constant. Think of this as being something like 10x. The derivative of 10x would be 10. So the derivative of kx is just going to be k. So that was our v du minus u, which is kx, times the derivative of v. The derivative of v will be 2x over u, which is x squared plus 1 squared. So now sort of looking at this and cleaning it up a little bit, I have f prime of x is equal to, I'm going to factor the k out of both of these. I'll have x squared plus 1 minus 2x squared all over x squared plus 1 squared. And simplifying that just a little bit more, combining these x squareds, I get k times 1 minus x squared over x squared plus 1 squared. Now again, I'm looking for where is this negative. It tells us, sorry, not where, what must k be in order for this to be negative on -1 to 1. So if we think about this first part, 1 minus x squared, if I think about substituting in any number that's between -1 and 1, no matter what I put in here, this is going to come out as positive. If I put in 1, I get 0. If I put in -1, I get 0. But this is open parentheses, so it's not including those. So if you think about putting in something like 1/2, when you do 1 minus 1/2 squared, you get a positive. 1 minus -1/2 squared, you get a positive. The same thing down here, no matter what I put in between -1 and 1, I'm going to get a positive. And here, this one's a little bit easier because you're squaring it in the end, so you know it's going to be positive. So looking at these two factors, you're getting a positive from each one of those. That would mean that in order for this whole thing to be negative, k must be negative. So k has to be a negative value in order for the whole thing of this to come out as a negative between -1 and 1.